In this question, we've got a triangle and we've got to find one of the sides. The first thing we check is this a Pythagoras question? If it's Pythagoras, we have a right angle triangle, we have two sides and we want the third side. So yes, it is a right angle triangle. I have two sides and I want the third side. So I'm going to use Pythagoras. Pythagoras is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. The first thing I do is find which side is my c. The c is the side opposite the right angle. So underneath the c squared, I'm going to write 20 squared. And then I'm going to write x squared plus 7 squared as the other sides. It doesn't matter which order the x and the 7 are in. I have to find what x is, so first I have to get rid of the 7 squared from the left-hand side. The opposite of plus 7 squared is minus 7 squared, so I do that on both sides. That gives me x squared equals 20 squared minus 7 squared. Just as a side note, this is not the same as 13 squared, so please do not put that. I now have x squared, but I don't want x squared, I want x. To get x, I have to square root both sides. So x equals 18.734994, and to round it to three significant figures, x equals 18.7, the units are centimetres, and the level of accuracy to three significant figures. Here are two questions for you to have a go at. Press pause and we'll run through them in a few seconds. Okay, for the first one, I have a right angle triangle, I have two sides, and I want the third side. So I know that this is a Pythagoras question. So I know a squared plus b squared equals c squared. I've got to identify my c, which is the side opposite the right angle. So my c squared is going to be 12 squared. And then I've got x squared plus 7 squared. I've got to get rid of the plus 7 squared, so I take away 7 squared from both sides. So x squared equals 12 squared, take away 7 squared. To find x, I square root both sides. So x equals 9.74679435. And if I round out the three significant figures, I've got x equal to 9.75, the units, centimetres, and the level of accuracy to three significant figures. For the next one, again, I have a right angle triangle. I have two sides and I want the third side, so I know that this is a Pythagoras question. So Pythagoras, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. My c is the side opposite my right angle, which is 3.5 meters. So I put 3.5 meters squared. What I notice here is my 90 is in centimeters. I must have them as the same unit. So I'm going to convert the 90 centimeters into meters, which is going to be 0.9 meters squared. And then I'm going to have my x squared. I have to get rid of 0.9 squared, so I take that away from both sides. So x squared equals 3 squared, take away 0.9 squared. So x squared equals 3.5 squared, take away 0.9 squared. To find x, I have to square root both sides, so x equals the square root of 3.5 squared, take away 0.9 squared, and I put that into the calculator like that. And that gives me 3.382306905, and if I round up to three significant figures, I get 3.38 meters to three significant figures.